Alright, welcome back. My name is Lamarcio I. This You Got a Problem. We're talking about conscription. I want to know what some people think about it.
It discriminates against males because you're not going to force any females to do mandatory conscription.
As far as women, I mean, I don't think that women should be forced to do it. I feel like if they want to, it's their choice.
If a woman wants to do it, it's her choice. Why does a guy not have a choice? Just that right there. Why doesn't a guy have a choice? Simple question, simple answer.
So as it stands right now, you're discriminating against men on the basis of their gender.
Yeah. That's it right there.
And saying, let me plead my case, they'll just not go or not show up and go to work.
I got a question. Why is there a case? Why is there a case at all? Why is there necessary to be a case?
And act like nothing's wrong and then get mad when they come and pull you off your job. But had you told them your circumstance, you probably wouldn't be getting pulled off your job. So all you had to do, they have a committee to hear you out. They have a list, you know, there's people that are listening to you and trying to figure out your issues, and I'm sure they would be willing to work with you.
Hearing your issues and caring about your issues are two different things. Because hearing your issues is saying, oh, okay, I understand. But actually caring and actually doing something about it, doesn't really work that way. You can solve all that stuff after we're done with you. That's the attitude that's being pushed out.
If they don't know what's going on, then they're going to automatically assume, because I would assume, that you just don't care.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you assume. It doesn't matter what you assume about the situation. Someone doesn't want to go there, they don't need to go there. People need to make more choices in their life and stop being forced into things. That's just what it's ridiculous.
I look at history, and I think that historically, when it was mandatory for the young men, when we did force them, our young men were better. They were more well-rounded, they were respectful, they did what they had to do, they were better husbands and fathers. And I think that these young men in today have become very lazy.
Okay, which is she talking about? Who are you forcing here? Because you actually look, historically, it was volunteer originally. It was two groups. Bermuda Voluntary Rifle Corps and Bermuda Militia Artillery. They were both volunteer groups. One was all white, one was mostly black, but they had white superiors. Those were the two groups, and they were voluntary groups. They were combined into one group called the Bermuda Regiment, and then after that, conscription magically appeared. So if you actually want to look historically, you might want to look a little bit further than what the law has said. Look beyond that law, when it originally was voluntary. But I'm going to let her say some more, though.
I feel like all young men in Bermuda are very lazy, very rude. They don't have any respect. They don't want to work hard.
Generalizing. You're generalizing for the entire amount of Bermudian men based on a small group of people who are doing these actions.
They just want to sit on the street all day and fight and kill people and all this craziness.
When you say they're fighting and killing each other, if they go to the regiment, wouldn't they be like more effective fighters and killers? Wouldn't they be trained to use a firearm? Wouldn't they be trained to use hand-to-hand combat? Aren't they trained to defend themselves? Aren't they trained to use all these things? Aren't they more familiar with them after the regiment? So that if they were bad fighters and killers before, wouldn't they be even worse afterwards?
It's not like they're being drafted into the U.S. Army and they're going to be going to Iraq tomorrow. You know what I mean? I think that there's a certain amount of discipline that comes from being in the regiment that a lot of young men could stand to gain something from. You know what I mean? And for that reason, I feel like they should be required to do it. I mean, I don't think that, the U.S. or England's going to call us tomorrow and say, we're going to war, we need you.
I want to see her opinions when it comes to like females in the regiment.
I'm actually in the regiment. Yeah, I volunteered to be in the regiment, and it's a good experience.
No, that I don't know, because I'm a woman and I'm not I'm not about that army life.
Good old double standards. That's all I like. I like to see some good old double standards. Because she's a woman and she is not about that life, she shouldn't go. But a man, yep, you go. You deserve to go. You have to go because you're a guy. Good old double standards. There's nothing better than those. I didn't know what to say to that. Like,
some kids don't really see the good in it. You know, if they're drafted and, you know, they don't want to go. Some kids rebel, and some of them, you know, go along with it and become better people, you know.
Just because you go to a regiment doesn't make you an automatic better person. There's no proof that you are a better person by going to the regiment. You may be a more complacent person, but that doesn't mean you're better.
It's just like, you know, I guess, school. We all have to do it. You know what I mean? We all have to do the same thing.
Wait a second. Like, are you trying to say that women should be conscripted or that men should have a choice? Because if you're saying that, like, it's just the same as school, then you just proved my point right now. I mean, you can do that one, or I can throw in a simple fact of, yeah, when you start off, you're doing the same things, but as you start, you know, going to higher education, you start making choices about stuff that you truly want to do. You want to pursue certain things, certain fields that you find extremely interesting, things that you actually care about. That is where I'm saying, as you grow up, you should be allowed to make choices, because that is a requirement about growing up into adult. You need to make choices for yourself. Okay? That's what I'm talking about directly. As you grow up, you should be able to make your own choice. That's all I'm asking.
All young men can stand to gain something from it.
By that statement, you can also say that women should go.
Women could stand to gain something from it, but I feel like for a young girl, like I meant to finish into like a charm school. You know what I mean?
All right, one second, hold on. I'm gonna take a commercial break because wow, heard that. That was something. I'll see you after these messages.